Once again, my friends, it's time to begin another episode of MPOS, Mike Pope on Sports. I am Mike Pope, and I'm without DJ Too Nice for earlier obligations, but a special show here today. Got Adam, the cameraman, back with us, as always. Today, my guest is Chase Grimm, owner of Grimm's Gym, also part where I also train at. And if you remember back almost 2 years ago on a show that he was on there, we had the ABA on, and he was discussing, it was brand new, Grimm's Gym, and he was discussing everything that he's trying to do and try to provide for the community as well as the valley and everything. And it's been 2 years, and we want to get a shots, see how everything's been going since then. So, man,
how's it going, man?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, folks. Good to be back, man.
Yes.
It's been a crazy couple of years,
Yes.
I would say. You know, I can't believe it's been 2 years since we were on the show together. You know, It's funny because we were just talking not that long ago about how it came to pass, and it had been so long that we almost forgot exactly how we came to intertwine together. But yeah, I remember vividly a couple years ago, Scott Allison reached out to me, and he was intrigued by my participation and the things that I had said at the Recreation Commission's monthly meeting. And so that's why he invited me to come and be on your show, because he was very empowered by the things that I said about what I was trying to seek to do here in the community. And now, 2 years later, a lot of the things that we discussed on that show that I would like to do, that I'd like to achieve, have come to fruition. We've gone from being a little hole-in-the-wall closet type of facility to now right below us here actually today we have a 2,000 square foot facility where we train everyone from the young to the old to the experienced to the new, whether they want to lose weight or get stronger or just find a place to seek an outlet through recreational exercise. Like I told you guys a couple years ago, my goal has always been to just help change lives more than anything. And whether that's through teaching people proper exercise or teaching people proper nutritional protocols, everyone kind of has different things that they want to achieve, both short and long term. And a big part of what I try to do here in the community is cultivate an interest to learn, an interest to get involved. I think that for all too long now, the fitness community has kind of been bastardized and labeled as being self-centered, egotistical, more about vanity than anything else, when in reality, the fitness industry is changing, just like the whole world around us. I mean, with everything that's changed, it's hard to know what direction this world is going in. So I find that one thing that I try to do is give people something tangible to hold on to give them this journey, to give them tasks, goals, aspirations to work towards, because in doing so, they're given purpose, they're given drive, they're intrinsically instilled with a motivation that is all too often lacking. You know, it's incredible to see the people that walk through my door every day seeking change for a variety of different reasons, because some people, they find that they think it's too late in life, when I tell them that it's never too late to start. You know, everybody starts their journey at a different time and everyone does it for a different reason. But what I've found to be universally constant amongst my clients is that people want to matter. People want to feel like they have purpose, like they have importance, like there's some value to their life. And that's a big part of what I try to do, is give people that value, make every person that walks through the door feel like they matter, yourself included, man. You had no idea what to expect whenever you came to work out with me. It literally was one of those things where you pulled me aside after the show and said, "Hey, dude, I think it's pretty cool what you're trying to do here, man." Like you spoke volumes about your journey, your struggle, the ways that you've persevered. And I like that, man. I was drawn to that. I gravitated towards that. Like, let's see what we can do. And I'll never forget that first day you came to work out and I put you on the elliptical and you looked at me like I was nuts, because you had no idea what I was doing or what I put you through. But now, almost 2 years later, you've transformed your mind and your body. You've become a lot stronger, a lot faster, a lot more capable, with you adopting better eating habits. You're peeling off the weight that you've been wanting to lose for years and stuff. It's incredible to watch our friendship evolve and watch our relationship evolve and our respective businesses evolve. Like, I think it's so cool that you're now doing what you're doing on YouTube and penetrating a different type of market, incorporating more visual effects rather than just audio. And I think that's what it's about. You know, it's about the evolution. And I think that I take no more pride in being able to share my journey with people, because it has been a journey of struggle. It has been a journey of trial, of tribulation. I mean, you of all people know how bad I struggled with loss, with drugs, with other things that I thought I needed to cope with my reality. And you of all people know why I'm there 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, helping people, because this is the best thing I've ever done with my life. And it'll always be the best thing that I've been able to do, because it's done more than just make an impact on my direct community. Like, I get people that reach out to me all the time saying how much it inspires them to not just see me, but to see you, to see Adam, to see all these people out there pushing through those obstacles, overcoming what they thought was insurmountable. Because a lot of people fail to act because they don't have the courage, they don't have the mental grit, they don't have the physical toughness, they don't have someone behind them saying, you can do this, and I got you. And that's what I'm here to do, man. And that's why I'm very appreciative to be brought back on this show and be able to talk with you today, because it's been like a dream come true, man. And I feel truly blessed to be here today and to be helping as many people as I am. And you figure we got 45 clients now, 30 of which I work with directly from 1 to 5 times a week. I've also recently been elected to Vice President of the New Brighton Area Recreation Commission, and we have our annual March St. Patrick's Day 5K coming up to benefit some of the races and some of the other organizations that donate and help us. We have a guy from an organization called Outdoor Immersions that's been meeting with us to help to institute a kayak race down at our beautiful Big Rock Park. We've had eaglets come into town and like nest and roost. Like, we have viewers that have been put down at our park to view this very incredible bird that's found something of value here in the community that we've inserted ourselves in. And it's at the pinnacle of our time of growth, because with the new businesses that are coming into the area, it seems like there's definitely a movement. You know, there's a passion that's been reinvigorated, there's a spark that's been ignited, and I see a lot more people wanting to push for change. I mean, even with the whole HGTV opportunity, you know, Beaver Falls did it, New Brighton did it. A lot of boroughs and townships came together for an opportunity to have their hometown maked over, or however you would say that. And it just seeing that, hearing people's stories, hearing the different ways that each life has been touched by not just me or you, but all the little pieces that make up this puzzle of this town, this organization, or even just this collective ecosystem that we find ourselves in. It's truly exciting to be a part of this at this time. And so to be able to be here today just kind of summates all of that, just brings everything into perspective, because I truly feel like without people like you, without people like Adam, without the people in my life that push me to become a better version of myself every day, I wouldn't be here today. You know, I'd probably be dead in a ditch somewhere, like we've talked about. And I don't say that with any level of jokingness implied, because it's the severity of the situation. You know, I almost lost myself, and I see people every day hinging on the precipice of losing themselves. And if I can be that beacon of hope, if I can be that light to keep them from taking that step off that edge, whether that's physical, mental, theoretical, or not, that's what I'm here to do, man. And I find that that's why we're being blessed. That's why we're being rewarded. That's why we're welcoming new life into our lives. And my fiance and I are going to be bringing a baby into the world here come Easter. And so our family's growing just like the family down below us is growing, just like your family, your following. Everybody's growing. And I love to see that, man. I love to see you thriving, Adam, my business, my people. Like, it just is so empowering, and it's so humbling to be a part of something greater than just me, you know? So I appreciate this opportunity to come today, and you of all people, again, like I said, know what it takes to get where you're at. I mean, along your journey, can you say it's been easy working out with me?
No,
I mean,
it's like every day it's like, or every day I'm raising my eyebrow like, oh jeez.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we've been going through this journey for 2 years now.
Yes.
So yes. For all that might not have seen that or heard the first time, could you tell them all that that you have to offer here at Grimm's Channel?
Yeah. So when I decided to build a business, I decided I wanted to build something different. And I say that because I could have bought into a franchise. I could have done something that somebody else set up for me, or at least adopted the structure, the foundation of what one of these other organizations or corporations were able to do. What I found though was that a lot of those places, a lot of the people that were promoting them, in my opinion, didn't get the whole picture. And what I mean by that is, yes, personal training is part of what I offer, helping you guys to get through your workouts, helping to teach you what to do and when to do it and why to do it, to show you the nuances, the tips and the tricks, the ins and the outs, but it's more than that. I find that a lot of gyms or health wellness centers don't give you the tools to succeed outside of their walls. That's why I give you guys a toolbox, and then I teach you on a daily basis how to use each of the tools that are in that toolbox, because you can't use a screwdriver to drive a nail. You know, I mean, I guess in theory you could if you really had to, but you get my point here. You know, there's a specific tool to achieve a certain result. And while you could get there going about it haphazardly, having a framework, having a template, literally not just having the four corners to the puzzle, but having someone to unjumble the ones that all look the same, that brings a new ability to be able to achieve your goals, because then there is very little extra work that's necessary. You stick to the plan, you apply the protocols, you listen, you apply, you work hard here, you work hard there, you drink lots of water, you the right things at the right times, rest amply. You'll find that you're not only gonna look better, but you're gonna feel better. And to me, that's what matters. It's not always about that scale number, you know, it's not always about that weight that you see when you step on that scale. Sometimes it's about the inches. Sometimes it's about being able to get up and down the stairs. Sometimes it's about being able to play with the kids. It's about longevity. It's about health more than anything. And everybody that comes here has a different reason for coming here. So that's why a big part of what I do is learn. Understand you guys. Invest myself in you guys the way you invest yourselves in me, because then I'm able to learn about your habits. I'm able to coach you on a psychological level and help you to command these behavioral changes that are necessary to get you through those roadblocks, to get you over those walls that you think are holding you back. I can say that that's where the mentality comes in, because as you know, it's more mental than it is physical. Like, most people can come and muster out the workouts. Most people can drink a couple more bottles of water a day. Most people will throw a couple more vegetables into their mouth, but to actually plan it out and follow it through takes a lot of commitment, takes a lot of discipline, takes a lot of sacrifice. So I've learned that for me, I try to offer people whatever it is that they need. So whether it is that they need a workout program, or they need a nutrition program, or they just need general advice and guidance on what things that they can do to improve their life altogether, that's pretty much what I have to offer, is a very wide variety of services to a broad spectrum of people, depending on who they are and where they are along their respective fitness journey. And I think that's unique to what I do here, especially since I do it all through an app that I've worked to innovate, to offer people so that they can track their progress, so that they can see their measurements, they can see their photos, they can see the workouts, what they have planned for the day nutrition-wise. It gives people everything that they need to succeed. So if they don't, a lot of times it's due to gross negligence or just misunderstanding that this process takes time. I wish that things happened overnight. I wish that things were easy. But I've found that anything of value in this world takes work. It takes discipline, it takes commitment, and it takes sacrifice. And those of you like you that come in and kick ass and listen and apply and appreciate the things that I have to do and have to say, you all succeed. We all succeed, because I succeed when you guys do. And that's the difference, is I don't try to build failure-based programs. I try to build positivity-based programs, ones that are uplifting, ones that are motivating, ones that give you challenges to work towards, because if you have something to work towards, you're more likely to work towards it. If all I told you was just show up a couple times a week, you know, let's do a little cardio, let's do this, like, all right, I'll check on you. Like, that's not personal training. You know, that's not me helping you to get personalized results. So I find that what I try to do is hit things from all angles, you know, fully encompass the experience for you guys, so that you understand that regardless of who you are or what you think you are or are not capable of, chances are we have something here that would benefit you. So it's my hope that I continue to be able to be of benefit to the people here in this town and eventually in the world. You know, you and I were talking the other day about setting sights high, and while I feel very pleased to be where I'm at and to have grown the ways that I have, ultimately I'd like to have the mecca of all things health and wellness here in Beaver County, not even just in New Brighton. Like, it's my goal to have the biggest and best place for people to go to, whether it's they want to bring their kids to become the best athletes, or they want to learn from the best nutrition consultants and certified chefs, or they want to sit and come and talk with a therapist to just vent for the day and get some things out that are creating mental blockades. Like, there's so much more to health than just working out. So for me, the more I can offer you guys, the more services, the more variety of different things that I can bring to the table, the better I am at being able to help the people around me. And that, I think, is truly why I am where I am today, because I've always put people in front of me and I've always helped to push them along instead of trying to drag myself on their heels, on their curtail. I find so much inspiration personally in watching you guys, in watching everybody that comes in here and works out the way that they do. Even this morning, Kim and Joe Sabella, they've been here with me just for a couple of months, and not only have they lost weight and lost inches, but they've gained confidence. They've gained new life, new energy. She was in here today, Kim, and she could barely even hold herself up on her arms 2 months ago, and like, she was doing star planks with me today and all this stuff that she was elated over. Like, she was clapping at herself, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it, as I do when I see you guys relish in your victories, because that's so important, to appreciate the journey, because I feel like sometimes struggle truly is a privilege, and we become better through struggle. I know I have. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes, I've done a lot of bad, but I've also worked very hard in the later years of my life to do good and to be something of value here. You know, I try to bring more to the table than just knowledge. I try to bring wisdom. I try to bring experience, because I'm very transparent with everybody about the ways that I've done right and I've done wrong. And I think that's part of why you guys trust the process and trust me, because I'm just a real person too, out here trying to change lives. And that's what I hope to be able to do for everybody, to just continue to change lives.
Good. I mean, yes, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You know, I've seen it, speak of it, and it's all true. I mean, with everything. And your clientele is built up since you first started, since the first time you was on the show. Friendships have built up as well.
Yep.
And plus, we're in a new place. Same place, but a new place also. For anybody that came in and seen the first show, we was really down in the basement.
Yep.
And then we moved up a level.
Exactly.
And everything.
Started from the bottom. Now we're
Yeah,
here.
now we're here.
Literally.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly, yes. How could they find out where are you located at, for all the MPOS Nation that want to come, that need to come, should come, or just want to find out what it is at Grimm's Gym? Where could they reach you at? Where's this at?
We are actually located in New Brighton, Pennsylvania. We're on the upper side of town. We're up on Oak Hill. We're actually at 615 Penn Avenue in the Penn Professional Center, which some people are unfamiliar with the name of this building being the Penn Professional Center, but most people know it as the Penn Bistro, because this is the hub for the Penn Bistro, as well as the Learning Palace Daycare, as well as National Hood and Exhaust, as well as MPOS, as well as hopefully Scares and Terrors and other things too. Like, this is growing into a community here in this building, and we're inserted in a place that may be off the beaten path, but that brings people from off the beaten path around. You know, it's unique where we're at, and it seems like we're not in a very good place because we aren't down on Main Street, but I feel like we're kind of poised to be in a better position up here, because people don't just drive through here idly. People that come through here for a reason, and there's a lot of people that have come to find that small businesses like this do still exist. And that's what I found, is that with a lot of these organizations popping up, the market's becoming saturated. There are a lot of gyms in this area now, but we serve to be more than a gym. We serve to be an experience. And so if you're able to find us, we're up on the hill, but we can also be found through social media as well. We do have Facebook, we do have Instagram, we do have Twitter. We're working on making a YouTube page as well, where we're going to do instructional and demonstrative videos. But again, we all have GPSs in our phones now, so if you really do get lost, type in 615 Penn Avenue in New Brighton, and that should bring you our way. And if that still doesn't get you where you need to go, give us a call. You can reach out to us directly. We'd be more than willing to help guide you here, because as we stated earlier, you know, every step of the journey we're here to help, whether that's getting you here wheeling you back out to the car after a good leg day. I mean, whatever we have to do, we're absolutely here to help. But for now, we're here in New Brighton, but hopefully, eventually, we're going to be global. That's the goal.
And what's the number in case they want to call?
You can call us at 724-793-0140. Oftentimes we are with clients or with customers, so I do ask that if you call, we don't answer, please leave a message. Of course, with a growing business comes growing telemarketer calls. I get a lot of calls from people all the time, so I just tell people, please leave a message and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. But if you prefer email, you can also reach out via email, which is grimmsgym@gmail.com. And like I said, you could also shoot us a message through our Facebook page, Grimm's Gym, Instagram @Grimm's Gym, and Twitter, same thing, @Grimm's Gym as well. Keeping it pretty simple, and that's GRIMM''SGYM, like the Brothers Grimm.
Good, good. I'm glad you hit that, because you got to hit all your social media and where people can find you, because there's lots of ways now. The avenue is always open to reach out.
Absolutely.
Besides telephone or email, so that's also a good thing. Anything else you want to bless us with, anything that's going on with Grimm's Gym?
Well, what I'll leave you guys with today is kind of actually what Adam and I touched on earlier, in that sometimes you don't see an opportunity until it goes past you. We just hit the 10-year anniversary of me losing my father, which was probably the biggest life-changing event that I've incurred. I mean, yes, I have lost other people since then that have absolutely shaped who I am and what I do. But that was kind of the spiral, that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I was a sophomore in college, and, I was in my element, and I was with my people, and we were just living it up, having a good time, partying, and all of a sudden I get a phone call from my grandma telling me that she found my dad face down, dead on the floor, and that she had just seen him a few hours prior, and I even had talked to him a few hours prior. So I still hope after 10 years think about that, and I don't think about it often, because it, as you can see, it affects me, and it's something that absolutely scarred me, but I haven't let it define me.
Right.
Like we've talked about, I love my dad to death, but he was unhappy and he was unhealthy. He was very much caught in turmoil. He was distressed. He was depressed, but he was isolated. He withdrew from the world after he broke, as most people do. We tend to do that in society. We tend to force people to self-isolate instead of asking them to reach out. We tend to want to do that. We tend to want to be introverted instead of talking about experiences, because the fact is we all go through some effed up stuff. We really do. But we don't have to let that stuff define us, just like I didn't have to let it define me. It did for a little while. That's when I started doing the drugs. That's when I started drinking. That's when I put all the weight on. That's when I started fake smiling in photos and just going through the motions, just trying to make people believe that I was happy and I was okay. But you could see it. You could see it in my body. You could see it in my language. You could see it in everything that I was doing, that there was a part of me that was incredibly lost and distracted. If it wasn't for John and Ben and Darren, the roommates I had, getting my ass off the couch and taking me out for a run, telling me to put that damn straw down, telling me to put that damn booze down. Like, if I didn't have the right people there to not just lift me up, but get my ass out there and push me, drag me across campus, do whatever they had to do to get me active and get me moving. If I didn't have the people in my life now, like you guys, that keep me moving, that keep me doing the things that I'm doing, I would digress. Because it's not that those things ever go away, those thoughts, those feelings. But I make an active decision every single day to be a happier, healthier version of myself, and to not let things get to me the way that they used to. You really can't sweat the small things in this world. And even through losing him, I lost myself, but I also found myself. I found my passion. I found my purpose here. And I feel like a lot of you guys out there don't have that, and that's okay. I didn't go to school at first because I thought that ultimately this is where I was gonna be, but I took all of the shit that was put into the pot and I made something of it. Instead of just resigning myself to never amounting to anything, to never feeling like I was gonna get the job I wanted or have the relationship I wanted or have the financial stability, I said, you know what? I grew up in a damn trailer park. I had to wear clothes multiple days in a row. I oftentimes had to borrow lunch money. You know, we had to stand in the cold when it was 10 degrees outside. You know, we had to fend for ourselves after school because our parents were working. I have these vivid memories, recollections in my childhood and all the things that I've been through, all the messed up stuff that very well could have set me down that path, could have condemned me and forced me to live a life of resentment, of self-loathing and discontent, but I didn't. And I want you guys to understand that you don't have to either. You guys are capable of doing things that are great too, but you have to believe in yourself. If I didn't believe in what I was doing, I wouldn't be here today. You know that. You guys know that. I am who I am because of the people I surround myself with, because of the efforts that I put forth that are bringing good karma back into my system, into my life. And I want everybody that's listening, that's watching this, to understand that you do matter and you are important. And no matter how bleak life seems, when you find that beacon of hope, you find that thing that gives you purpose, that brings passion into your life, hold on to it. Grasp it with all you have and never let go of it, because time is fleeting. You know, it's crazy. I just turned 30, you know, and I'm welcoming a child into the world and stuff because it feels like just yesterday we were in high school, man, and so much has changed. But the overall theme of my life now is just positive reinforcement. And I want everybody around me to adopt that same core value. You have to be an uplifting person in this world. We have so much negativity in this world, so much political unrest, so much distress, so much identity, fraud, and disconnect. I want to see the world around me come together as one and truly unite for the first time. We're more connected than we've ever been, but we're more disconnected than we've ever been too. Like, people don't do this. People don't sit and talk and like get to know each other the way that they used to. We're always so damn invested in our devices, we don't see the people around us and how that our disconnect is affecting them. So take some time, please. Look inside of yourself. Think about what truly makes you click, what makes you tick. If that's reading a book, go read a book. If that's lifting weights, go lift some weights. If that's you, go cooking, go cook something. I mean, everybody loves doing different things, and there's nothing wrong with loving something weird or unique or something abstract that people don't understand, because at the end of the day, they don't understand because they don't possess it and they don't know. And so a lot of times people put other people down to lift themselves up. Don't become a product of the system. Don't feed into the ridiculous nonsense that's projected around you all the time. You don't have to be a celebrity. You don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to make $1 million to matter, because a lot of people around you do care about you, and to them, you do matter.
Thank you. Those are good words to live by. True words.
Thank you.
To live by. And I'm glad you stopped by.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you got to
This
say
has been such a
always,
pleasure.
You know that, man.
Absolutely.
Always
Yes.
on the show. And once again, like, he gave you the address and the phone number to reach out to Grimm Gym. And also, share this. Hit the bell on YouTube. Reminder, share it. Helps the program grow. Once again, Adam, thank you as always.
Of course.
Chase, thank you.
My man.
I'm Mike Pope. Without DJ Too Nice, but enjoy your sports and music day.
Thank you.